What's up and welcome back to my channel, it's JVceo. If this is the first time you're tuning in here, make sure you like, comment and subscribe. So I done part 1 last year, almost 12 months ago, about 11 months ago, in terms of how to start a sourcing business. And I kind of forgot that I needed to do a part 2, but someone messaged me on Snapchat a couple of days ago and said, oh bro, what's going on with the part 2? You're not going to do it. So I thought I'll do that and address it today. So in today's video, I'll just quickly and briefly talk about marketing, talk about creating a one-stop shop, talk about industry secrets, and talk about lead generation. Those are the things I'll talk about in this video. Again, I always apologize when I say, oh, I'm coming back to YouTube, but please, just bear with me. I've lived out of hotels for almost a year, and it's been really difficult, in terms of just getting my filming schedules right. I've got a ton of content, like so many content ideas, but just filming has been a challenge for me anyways. But yeah, so let's start off with creating a one-stop shop, right? By the way, I'll put the link to the old video here right now so that you can go back and watch it. And if after watching this video, I might not cover everything in real depth, but I'll point you guys in the right direction. If you still need assistance, feel free to contact me at contact@jvceo.com or join my network, 365 Moguls. But anyways, first things first is creating a one-stop shop. So what do I mean by creating a one-stop shop? You don't want a situation where you get a client and, let's say they're a novice and they want to source a property through you, let's say an investment property, and you're not able to take them through the whole process. You want to be the one and only person that they need to be able to facilitate that deal from the start to the finish. So what skill sets or what sort of synergies are you looking for when it comes to creating a one-stop shop? You need access to a building team, for example. That would be super helpful, especially when you're dealing with novices, like I mentioned. You need access to a broker that has, let's say bridging loans and regular loans as well, so that if people want to do, a BRR, they can actually go through a bridge through you. And if they want to, do a regular mortgage, they could also go to they could also go to your broker through you. I think you find that once you build a network that encompasses all these experts, you'd find that your deals would be a lot smoother. Because now, if you don't have this, let's say you don't have a broker and you have someone who's never bought a property before and they're speaking to you, yeah, you can source their property, but you don't have all the answers for them. So eventually they're probably going to move on and find someone else that has all the answers and all the network and all the connects. So build your network, which would lead me on to point number 2, which is lead generation. Now, lead generation, there's a number of ways you can do it. You can qualify your leads, obviously via emails, but also by working with certain businesses that have synergies. So for example, let's say you have a good pool of brokers, if that makes any sense. Now, if you have a good pool of brokers, a broker's job is just to find you the right mortgage. Their job is not to find you the property. Now, if you have a good pool of independent brokers, this is where you can work collaboratively. So you scratch their back, they scratch yours. You can send them deals in terms of people that are looking to apply for mortgages, and they can send you people that are looking to find a specific or particular specification when it comes to an investment property, or even maybe a property that they're going to live in. So having these people around can actually bring you a huge amount of leads. I'll give you an example. There's a girl that I work with. She's a broker, access to the entire market, and I've filtered out so many deals to her. She's also filtered out so many deals to me. I don't charge her, she don't charge me. She gives my clients the best deals, I give my clients the best deals. If I'm charging, say, £4,000 on a sourcing fee and they come through, I might give it at £3,000, but she's made me a lot of money, if that makes any sense, and vice versa, I've made her a lot of money. So that's one way that you could generate leads. There are other ways of generating leads, but like I said, I am giving some of these to you guys for free on YouTube. If you need more information on the sourcing side of things, let me know. Also, I know some guys have asked me about sourcing in Nigeria versus sourcing in the UK, how profitable it is in Nigeria versus the UK. I'll touch on one simple thing. So in the UK, generally, you charge a set fee, £4,000 to £6,000, versus in Nigeria, where you charge a percentage. So when I source deals in Nigeria, I've sold a lot of deals from here in Nigeria to, friends and acquaintances abroad. I charge nothing less than 10% on my deal, So I think Nigeria, in terms of percentage-wise, is more profitable. So now, if you're sourcing, say, a house that in the UK that's 100,000 and your fee is 3-4,000, you've only made about 3-4%. Whereas in Nigeria, that 100,000 that they're spending, I am guaranteed to collect 10,000 because my fee and just the industry standard in general is 10% when you sort of, source a deal for someone and you take your commission off that. But anyways, that's one way of lead creation. Another way of lead creation, again, is having synergies. People like lawyers, having these people on your books and them knowing that you're serious, you do what you say, you're attentive, you know how to find good deals, and also that you would equally scratch their backs at a later date. So that's a great way. Another great way, for example, is certain businesses. So like, let's say, for example, if you're a sourcer, you would want to connect with a business like myself. So one of my companies obviously deals with fixing people's credits. And a lot of times people fix their credit in anticipation of what? Buying a property. So those are the kinds of businesses. And I call them pre-qualified leads, because if it's better than finding a lead off, a random email and cold emailing them or cold calling them. These are pre-qualified leads because they're coming from companies that are already linked to property investing, or they're coming from places where at that point they're already thinking about buying a property. So you don't have to firstly convince them of buying a property and then secondly convince them of you sourcing a property. So that's that anyways. In terms of marketing, if I'm honest with you, I think it's a lot of word of mouth, which kind of links back to my previous points about lead generation. It's a lot of word of mouth, but more importantly, it's about how well can you get into the new school in terms of the digital era. So, how well do you use TikTok? TikTok can literally blow your business up overnight if you know what you're doing. So how well were you with TikTok? How well are you at marketing the actual properties that are available? I remember, marketing is not just putting your marketing stuff out there. Marketing is being able to interpret that deal and make that deal the best deal that there's ever been to a potential client. So how well do you know your numbers? How well do you know how well a property would do? How much are you shouting about this on your marketing platforms? That there in itself is marketing. So there's a ton more in marketing, but if I go into it on this video, we'll end up being about 30 minutes long. But what I would say, definitely, if you're going into this market, you definitely want to start looking at, the new school way of advertising, TikTok. You have to start thinking of who your clients are. How old are you? So now, for example, at my age, my marketing could be slightly differently. I could start to explore my networks, because I know that all my networks are getting into ages where they're actually looking to invest now, if that makes any sense. But if you're a lot younger, let's say if you're 18, 19, your network might not be at the age where they're buying properties. So you just have to, tweak and change things depending on your personal situation. Now, in terms of my final point, in terms of like industry tricks and hacks and so on and so forth, there's a couple of things you need to be aware of. Be aware of time wasters. There's a lot of people that will come and say, yeah, I want you to source a property for me, but they're time wasters. So what I do, or what I did, because I'm not in the UK now, so I'm not really sourcing at the moment. What I used to do when it came to sourcing was I always made people pay a deposit, sometimes £500 to £1,000, non-refundable, except I'm not able to source you the property. If the fault comes from my end, then I'll refund you the money. But that there was making sure that they had their skin in the game, because without having their skin in the game, they'll waste your time, and you'd run around and you explore your networks and you're unable to do nothing because they've wasted your time and they're not taking the deal no matter how good the deal is. That's number one. Oh, by the way, because I totally forgot to include this in the previous point, make sure you sort of go to like the property seminars. Don't get too caught up with that, by the way, because there's a ton of people that go to these things and they take zero action from it. But it's important that you go, because you meet other sources as well who, again, you can collaborate with, because it might be that at the moment you don't have a particular specification, but you can field it through to another sourcer and you can split the sourcing fee that comes in. So you just have to be clever with how you operate and how you structure your business. Now, the other thing when it comes to sourcing is whatever areas you choose to concentrate in, which I definitely recommend concentrating in a particular area. Just make sure that you build fantastic relationships with the agents. The agent can honestly change your life. The agent can prevent you being gazumped. For those of you that don't know what gazump means, that's whereby your client bids on a property and someone outbids them and the landlord takes, you know, the new figure. So some agents, for example, once the landlord accepts an offer on it, the property goes off the market and they refuse to show any other person, you know, the property. So, and also just having inside knowledge as well, and also being able to get deals, because that's the other problem that you guys are going to face. Not just lead generation, but also having the right properties to actually market to people, if that makes any sense. Like I said, there's a ton more on property sourcing. There's a way to build the whole business, the infrastructure, from email marketing and being able to do cross marketing across different sets of clients, and there's a ton more, but I can't do that all in one YouTube video. And like I said, if you need more information, feel free to get in touch, and you know, I'm happy to explain a few things in a bit more detail. But yes, estate agents are in fact your best friends, because they are going to filter deals out to you. They're going to make sure that your interests are protected, because what you don't want to do is you take deposits, you push your clients through to a property, and then the client ends up losing the property because they've been outbid and so on and so forth. So having a brilliant relationship with estate agents is important, and it will give you inside knowledge on some of these properties. Oh no, don't go for that one because it was previously on the market and this happened and that happened, and the owner of the property is a douchebag, and so on and so forth. So, you know, just have a brilliant relationship with estate agents. Anyways, I think that this will bring this video to a conclusion. Like I said, there's a ton more. If you need more information, feel free to get in touch. And thank you for watching.